coin number 1, XVLS. What is XVLS? XVLS is the world's fastest EVM blockchain, enabling up to 75,000 TPS. Bullshit. With the highest security out there at almost for free. Sorry guys, I gotta stand up. I've been standing up all day. All right. So don't see any hacks over here. That's good. Oh, what does that say? A bridge to something? How to bridge XLV from Binance Smart Chain to Valus. So don't see anything about their blockchain getting hacked. Nope. Let's see how they launched. So what makes Valus unique? EVM supports all smart contracts and dApps built on the Ethereum stack. Instant low-cost transactions, extremely efficient performance, and frictionless cost. Valus blockchain is based on a high-performance protocol which implements an innovation time architecture, transaction processing mechanism, and more efficient consensus model compared to other blockchains. Valus is a full hybrid EVM eBPF chain of Solana and Ethereum that inherited the best from both security, scalability, high performance, and 1.2 second finality, extremely low fees, and EVM fully supported. So it doesn't say anything about how they launched. Let's take a look at their code. So Valus chain last updated on June 8th. So fairly recent code updates. So I would say hard pass. Code is active. Coding would be, I would assume Solidity or Rust. We'll just go with Solidity. I said, yeah, Solidity, it's EVM. I don't know. Either one. So it definitely doesn't use formal verification. It's proof of stake, making it centralized to me. Stellar XLM. XLM. So to me, first red flag would be anytime I see a project that in 2017 didn't put in a new higher high, huge red flag for me. Markets got super bullish in September and October or November. Project didn't move. This is a bull run only coin. Maybe when the markets start rallying, I assume next bull run, if it doesn't get labeled as a unregistered security, it might do something. They only have 25% of coins out in circulation. They've been out since 2014, so either extremely low inflation rate. I believe they don't have any smart contract capabilities. Let's take a look at their supply. F Nancy for 8 million. Nancy, please, gotta be a vampire. I'm convinced. She's about 250 years old. No doubt. So inflation rate of 7.88% per year. That's quite high. Way, way, way higher than I would. We don't really have to look into XLM. It's just a bull run coin. I wouldn't touch it. Source code updated 6 days ago. It's a big layer 1. So XLM's definitely a legit project. Code is active. What script is that wrote in? Is XLM in Bitcoin script? Is a standard generalized markup a SGLM or SGML, whatever the hell that is. I would assume it doesn't have formal verification. What is Stellar? Is Stellar proof of work or proof of stake? XLM network, targets an audience. What makes Stellar unique? Total of 100 billion XLM were issued when the network launched in 2015, but things have changed since the release date. At present, the total supply stands at 50 billion XLM. The circulating supply is 20.7 billion. In 2019, Stellar Development Foundation announced that it would be burning half of the cryptocurrency supply. This means that it now controls approximately 30 billion XLM. While some of this capital is earmarked for marketing and help in organization development, about 1/3 of it is reserved for making investments in other blockchain ventures. So explaining why it took such a drastic move and promising not to burn any more XLM in the future, the foundation explained SDF can learn and do work it was created to do using fewer lumens. Those 55.5 billion lumens weren't going to increase the adoption of Stellar. However, how is the Stellar network secured? The Stellar network is secured using the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is described as having 4 main properties: decentralized control, low latency, flexibility, trust, and asymptomatic security. Through SCP, anyone is able to join the process of achieving consensus. No single entity can end up with more than a majority of the decision-making power. Transactions are also confirmed cheaply within a few seconds and safeguarded in place of bad actors. So is it proof of stake or is it proof of work? At the moment, Stellar Lumens uses a form of consensus verification that is similar to proof of stake. So yeah, I wouldn't touch it. Proof of stake, making it centralized to me. Their team did a pre-mine. SEC will hammer them. Hey, y'all making it easy on me tonight. Serum. So Serum, in my opinion, 3% of coins out in circulation. It's just the biggest no-brainer. Even if you look at these charts, every single person's down money because I know that there was 1% of coins out in circulation over here. So if you bought in over here and price is the exact same over here, no, everybody's actually down. The price was 86 cent, 83 cent low over here. And we had a 77 cent low over here. And originally, Serum used to be a DEX like Radium. Like you could actually get on it and swap assets. Now, if we open up Serum, I'm pretty sure that Serum is like the backbone for all of the other DEXs on Solana. Like I think that just like how everything on Kadena uses Kadena Swap, I think everything on Solana uses Serum. So I just wouldn't touch it because there's 3% of coins out in circulation. Let's see how they launched. I think they did an IDO. Serum DEX is an on-chain central limit order book and matching engine providing liquidity and pricing. Yeah, so it's their limit order book, right? Like this is what Kadena doesn't have. And this is what's going to be super, super interesting to see how Kadena actually builds this out, or how KDA Bet builds this out, because it's a Turing complete coding language, right? Or sorry, Turing incomplete, meaning you can't program in loops, so you can't sort. So like when on Solana, because it's a looping coding language, it's Turing complete, meaning that like the code completes itself, so you can actually run infinite loops, and it's super computational intensive, especially on a proof of work system. Now, when they switch to proof of stake, it's obviously not computational or resource intensive, but you're still looping, right? So I'll have a bunch of people that have, say, limit buy orders for Bitcoin at 24,000. Every second I need to compare, okay, when price hits 24,000, I need to fill all of these orders, but it's always first come, first serve. So if you were the first one in, I got to make sure. And then say this person drops to, say, I'll fill an order at $24,001, whatever. I now need to resort, and I need to make sure that as price is coming down, if people decide to change their orders, I'm instantly in real time putting that order in the correct order based off of time, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how this gets built on in Cadena, because Cadena doesn't have that. So you have to basically, like Steve was saying, they were gonna try to build list out and then sort by list and then constantly recheck the same list, but it's gonna be really, really interesting. I mean, Cadena was built for finance. Like legit, that's all Cadena's blockchain was legit designed for, is finance. So I assume that Will and Stu and them already have this plan figured out, but it'll be interesting to see how Steve does it and how they do it, and if they get support from Cadena. So I wouldn't really look into it much farther. I just wouldn't touch Serum. Say hard pass. I mean, I assume the code's active. We can look at the code. Like, it would be fun to go through here one day and like look at their limit order book and see exactly how it's built out and everything. But here's the Dex UI updated. Last time the Dex UI was updated is September 2nd, because I don't think they use that Dex anymore. That was right around the time that Star Atlas broke Radium and Solana, if I'm not mistaken. Send seller to Lobster. Cheap ass. Cheap assets. So I'd say it's active. It would be Rust, which would mean it does not use formal verification. It uses proof of stake, and it is centralized as all hell. What else we got? Alchemy Pay, ACH. ACH, baby. Alchemy Pay. Didn't they get hacked? Don't see any news about them getting hacked. I never thought about that. Just a simple Google search into a lot of these projects. If you've seen that it's been hacked, I would never ever touch it. Don't see any audits over here, which doesn't really mean shit. Last updated on October 29th of 2019. So their PullPay wallet hasn't been updated since 2019. Cryptocurrency cashier Android hasn't been updated since 2019. That's that dude. It's just that's a joke. Gotta be watching what I'm using, but that looks awful shady to me. Dead code. It's got to be Solidity, 2019. Yeah, people ain't never getting their money back on that one. Funded in Singapore in 2018. Seems like a lot of the shitty projects are funded in Singapore, I'm not gonna lie. They got like no laws over there. You can do whatever you want. So, like if I was gonna start a scam project, that's exactly where I'd go to do it. DRYP. Drippito. Drip 2. So first red flag, it's only on Ethereum. Volume 4,000. You're just a done project. Shady. Dead. Who cares? It's dead. Wouldn't touch that one with your Johnson. BRA. Let's light this one up, baby. VRA, the magical project that has all these things going on for it, but yet never delivers on anything but hopium. This is a Moonboy favorite. I personally think it's going to go to 0 eventually. I don't even know if they even have a legit patent or if that's just all make-believe. I would love to actually see it. I would love to see anything. I would love to see. I invited them on the show when they were supposed to be doing all this with their supply. They said that they were updating their code and they're going to put out marker tokens and that it wasn't going to increase the supply to 100 billion. And now I'm looking at your supply and I see 110 billion coins. Now, remember that when they lit me up about that one? And I'm like, listen, dude, I'm reading your freaking white paper. I'm reading your Medium article. No, you're wrong. Is this the one? Regarding the video, appreciate the video and the information as always. Regarding VRA's max supply going to 10 billion and 100 billion coins, those are additional 90 billion coins. The marker tokens, which will enable their partner proof of view technology to function, but will never be publicly traded. There we go. If you compare other gaming projects, VRA is still unique. Yeah. What does unique do? Nothing. Dude, Lunar Crush metrics is extremely telling. Tell me that VRA is selling to Binance. 100 billion are marker tokens, and for ad campaigns, it's separately from their circulating supply of 10 billion. Okay. Doesn't look like it, guys. It's so funny the hopium and people believe. It's like, dude, their team published a Medium article from their team and said exactly what it was gonna do. VRA gang to $1. Hello, so your advice is to take profits at 11 cents, at 30 cents? I think that was a given. Did I say that? I don't know. This video did not age well. Hee 90% of his portfolio was in Luda, and he gave a big ass tech show off speech on why how he does not need to own VRA. He wrecked. Must have missed the video where he sold Luna at $87 and then shorted the piss out of it and made 15 grand on the way down, but who's counting? This is why I do not own VRA. Sorry, but you're bullish on VRA, but you don't own any. Like, I'm not believing that. I'm bullish on a lot of coins, homie. I wouldn't touch VRA. Ever. Let's take a look at their code. So let's see what their smart contracts haven't been updated. Their smart contracts haven't been updated since 2018. Token hasn't been updated since 2019. Docs, wow, they updated some documents for us. How nice, in 2021. February of 2021, over a year ago. That's a joke, guys. They ain't doing nothing to VRA. Y'all are getting played by the Moon Boys on that one. Big time. It's dead. I'd say it's dead. I'd say it definitely doesn't use formal verification. Man, it's so funny. You look into that for 2 seconds and you just know. You're like, that shit is so... It's all hopium. They ain't doing shit. No way. I can't believe I didn't look into that one sooner. VLX. Oh, we already did VLX. Digibytes. We already know what Digibytes is. These nuts. Digibits. Is that what it was? Digital bits? Digital bits. 98.5 billion ERC20X DBD tokens were burned on November 28th of 2019. Please follow the Medium account for updates in the future. Volume is just gone. Looks like it was a total pump and dumper. Out since 2018 or 19. Doesn't even have a page article wrote up here about it. It's a joke to me. Only on Ethereum. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Let's just move on. D-Row. D-Row. D-E-R-O. D-Row, D-Row in the house. Let's see. Volume is smoked. I would say you try to sell $5,000 worth of those tokens, you're going to devastate the market. 43,000 on KuCoin. That's a joke. So nobody has any interest in that project. Take a look at the overview though. Looks like in a short period of time, every investor is going to be down money. What is D-Row? D-Row is the first crypto product to combine proof-of-work blockchain with a DAG blockchain structure and a holy announcement transactions. It aims to revolutionize improvement of existing privacy coins like Monero and Zcash. Its implementation builds out a main chain from the DAG network of blockchains, which refers to a main block on the side block. Side blocks contribute to chain proof-of-work security, making traditional 51% attacks impossible. In contrast to traditional blockchains, D-Row considers the transactions as the smallest unit of computation, not the block. Therefore, blocks on D-Row can contain duplicates or double spend transactions. Let's read that one more time. D-Row considers the transactions as the smallest unit of computation, not the block. Therefore, blocks on D-Row can contain duplicate or double spend transactions, but these are filtered out by client protocols and ignored by the network. So I'm going to let you double spend and then I'm going to filter you out and ignore you. D-Row was launched in 2017 by a team of 3 full-time developers. Boring. What makes D-Row unique? There we go. D-Row has a maximum supply of 18.4 million. An initial pre-mine of 2 million D-Row. Done. That's all we needed to see, guys. Don't want to see any more. You did a pre-mine. To me, you're just dead. Call that one proof of joke technology. Got proof of joker in the house. Adam. Now this one's going to be a difficult one. We know Adam's legit. But because there's no utilization for that underlying asset, I just don't touch it. So taking a look at these charts, September you got bullish, put in a new all-time high. Altcoin season. The first peak when Bitcoin put in its all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, which is exactly what you want to see. What you don't want to see is the asset putting in a new lower low than it did in summer, because again, markets go parabolic to the downside. Guess what? Adam's going to free fall and will probably end up, if we go super bearish, I bet Adam ends up at $2 if I had to take a bet. So in a nutshell, Cosmos builds itself as a project that solves some of the hardest problems facing the blockchain industry. It aims to offer an antidote to slow, expensive, unscalable, environmental friendly, harmful proof-of-work protocols like those used by Bitcoin, and by offering an ecosystem of connected blockchains. The project's other goals include making blockchain technology less complex and difficult for developers thanks to a modular framework that desemifies decentralized apps. Last but not least, an interoperable communication protocol makes it easier for blockchain networks to communicate with each other, preventing fragmentation in the industry. Cosmos' origins can date back to 2014 when Tendermint, a core contributor of the network, was funded, and in 2016 a white paper Cosmos was published. And the token sale was held, and blah, 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 blah. What makes Cosmos unique? A major concern for some of the industries, major concern for some in the cryptocurrency industry centers on the level of fragmentation seen in blockchain networks. There are hundreds in existence, but very few of them can communicate with each other. Cosmos aims to turn this on its head by making this possible. Cosmos is described as a blockchain 3.0. And as mentioned earlier, a goal is ensuring that its infrastructure is straightforward to use. To this end, Cosmos software development kits focus on modularity. This allows a network to be easily built using chunks of code that already exist. Long term, it hoped that complex applications will be straightforward to construct as a result. And what's funny about these chunks, right? You're allowing other blockchains to just take chunks of code. So when the hacker figures out a way to exploit one chain, he can whatever it's called, they can execute and basically attack multiple chains at once because they're all just using chunks of code. They're all just forking each other's code and using each other's code. So the Interoperable Foundation, the Interchain Foundation, a nonprofit organization of the Cosmos ecosystem, announced the release of the Interchain accounts upgrade on February 17, 2022. Launched in April of 2021, the Inter-Blockchain Consortium, the IBC protocol, is the Cosmos standard for blockchain interoperability. It allows an individual blockchain to control accounts on a separate chain. There are 38 projects utilizing IBC currently, notably Terra, Crypto.org, Crypto.org chain, and Gravity Bridge. The Interchain accounts upgrades will be the largest to the ecosystem since Stargate, which enabled Cosmos blockchains to connect to each other using the standardization protocol for IBC for the first time ever. With Interchain accounts, users can stake, vote, swap tokens, and more on other blockchains. The upgrade serves the purpose of enabling composability in IBC, which allows innovation in distinct applications to be deployed without needing the upgrade of the entire Interchain. Got all that, guys? 2 private sales were held in January 2017 following a public sale in April of that year. So Atom has a very specific total supply, 260 million to be exact, whatever that rest of those numbers are. Of these, at the time of writing this, about 203 were in circulation. It is worth noting that these cryptocurrencies aren't mined. Instead, they are earned through staking. 2 private sales were held in January of 2017 following a public sale in April of that year. This raised a total of $16 million, which is equivalent to about 10 cents per atom. Breaking down the token distribution, about 80% were allocated to investors, while the remaining 20% were split between 2 companies. All in bits in Interchain Foundation. Cosmos has compared tokens to ASICs that are used to mine Bitcoin. As a terminal paper was written, Tendermint, they're definitely going to be a security. As mentioned earlier, Cosmos uses proof-of-stake consensus algorithm. Validator nodes that stake high quantities of Atom tokens are more likely to be chosen, right? So listen to what they did, right? They distributed 80% of all the tokens were allocated to investors, while the remaining 20% was split between 2 companies. So 2 companies got 20% of the tokens, right? Cosmos has been compared to ASICs, but the more coins you have, the more likely it is that you're going to be chosen to be a validator, which means the additional coins that are earned through mining most likely are going to go to the Cosmos Foundation or whatever those 2 companies were. So you pre-mined a bunch of coins, which is, you're going to be a security. I mean, that's literally good. You're going to fail the Howey test. You can't not fail the Howey test. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when a blockchain like Cosmos gets wiped out by regulators, because it's as centralized as you get. So I would say hard pass on Cosmos for me. Let's take a look at their code. So Cosmos SDK had to have been updated 23 minutes ago, so we got active code going on. So coding language would be Solidity, I believe. Let's see. Hashtag C, open source management operating system of Cosmos. Programming language, hashtag C. No formal verification. It's proof of stake with a major pre-mine. ENJ, ENJ, ENJ. ENJ. So you guys kind of know how I feel about ENJ. So ENJ has a fixed maximum supply of 1 billion tokens. However, as the ecosystem grows and grows, more and more ENJ is locked into gaming and digital assets. The number of coins actually in circulation will decrease. ENG was the Engine coin was first made available to purchase during a pre-sale event in September of 2017, in which 400 million ENJ coins were sold for a total of how much Ether? With 12 million at the time, worth 12 million at the time. Another 100 million ENJ were given away as a bonus. In total, pre-sale sold and gave away 50% of the total supply. An initial coin offering was held. ICO, you're done. We don't even need to look into it after that. Hard pass. Just, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. So to me, it's just a dead project. If you did an ICO, yeah, let's just put that right at there, label 1. Yep. SEC will bankrupt them most likely. If I had to take a guess, I wouldn't touch it. Doesn't mean you can't make money on it, but we don't have with anything that did an ICO. No brainer, no brainer, no brainer. Helium, helium. Approximate mining periods of 30 to 60 minutes unlock rewards which are distributed according to the changing growth plan. Helium explains at the start, node owners will accrue more HNT for building out the network infrastructure, while later on, it'll be more advantageous to transfer device data. The adjustment mechanism for token distribution is expected for at least 20 years. At the start of 2020, there were 4,000 whatever million out in circulation when the token launched. The supply was 0. When the token launched, the supply was 0 with no pre-mine. There we go. So that's great. You got no pre-mine. There you go, HNT. That's the way you got to do it, guys. That's exactly what you want to do. So Helium uses a bespoke consensus mechanism called proof of coverage, POC, which rewards users for contributing, validating, or mining. So we Gucci on that one. Let's check out their code. I'd almost guarantee their code's updated. 5 days ago, boom. So that's what you want to see in a project right there. That's legit as F. GitHub is active. Coding language, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're proof of coverage, so I don't think people are going to be building on top of Helium. I think they're just using the network. So I would say green light for me there. But it's probably going to be in Solidity. Formal verification doesn't really matter. Proof of work, decentralized. So no pre-mine. That's golden, baby. I'll put that on the legit list. I didn't expect that at all. There you go, Helium. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but oh, here. So now that it's down here, I'll say I like, but I don't own any. Like, to me, it would just be crazy to think that, you know, a product with a $1 billion market cap and a one use case is going to be bigger than Cadena. I mean, not a chance in a million years, but still cool project, right? Good for Helium. There we go. Those are the kind of projects that you want to be promoting. You know, that has potential. Most likely, if there's any coins, they're going to slip through the whatever radar. That would be one of them. Through regulators radar. I could see that getting. Nope. That's dope. Good for Helium. Like I said, guys, we went 60 projects to find that pretty much. Legit 60 projects before I found one. Just one that I was like impressed with. Starcoin. So volume is dead. Don't touch that one. Stay the hell away from that. Phantom. That was like $2 or something, wasn't it? Yeah, my one buddy quit his job because he made so much money in Phantom. Like up a lot of money. And now I wonder what he's gonna like. I feel bad for him. 'Cause I don't think Phantom will ever make another run again. So Phantom's a DAG. So we know DAG they're not blockchains, they can't scale. So you guys know how I feel about DAGs. Let's take a look at their GitHub. I assume their GitHub's at least active. Let's see how they launch too. Phantom is a proof of stake token, in fact, which exists in several incarnations. Yo, Cad, what up, homie? Thanks for the support, man. I appreciate you big time. I'm still waiting for somebody me to call out some coin and somebody's going to sign up just to be like, oh, bro. Yeah, but this, but the, I love when people sign up for memberships just to shill hopium. Not you. I'm not talking about you, Cad. Welcome to the squad, man. No, the link will be ready on Monday, Cad. I just bought the more expensive package to give you guys access to it. I just got to make sure that I separate it from all my personal stuff so that I'm not giving you guys access to all my personal stuff, and I haven't had time to go through the program to make sure, but I'll get it for you guys on Monday for sure. So Phantom is a proof of stake POS token, but I can pull it up at the end of the screen too. If you guys want to take some screenshots of it, that way you have it. The platform's compatibility with Ethereum means that users can purchase ERC's 20 standard FTM, which is automatically converted to native FTM once received in their wallet. Another version of FTM is available on Binance Chain using its BEP2 standard. Only the native FTM can be used on the Phantom Opera mainnet itself. A total supply of FTM is 3.157 billion. You know what I'm really waiting for? One of these bridges that's supposed to be holding all this Phantom and supposed to be holding all these coins, and like the person on the other side of the protocol is just like basically like putting a bunch of fake Phantom out into circulation. Like, you know it's gonna happen. All these bridges and all these protocols that were supposed to be over collateralized, and all of a sudden the market started dumping, and it's like hundreds of billions of dollars just magically go missing from the network. FTX exists on several protocols with ERC20 tokens. Staking is an important part of the tokenomics. I can't tell how did it launch. Let's see if we can just simply Google it. ICO right here. All information about Phantom ICO. Oh, that's so much easier. Just do that. Phantom did an ICO. Return since ICO. 7x. Yeah, there you go. So that was an ICO. So they did an ICO. I assume that GitHub's active. Last update in April. Wow, not active. Phantom Wallet, updated 9 days ago. Okay, the wallet's active. Go Opera, updated May 24th. Okay, so they got active. GitHub. Active. Coding language would be Solidity. Does not have formal verification, so it's proof of stake. It is a DAG as well. Make it centralized, unreg, security. DAG, there we go. And last but not least, Algo, baby. Algo. For the first auction, 25 million of Algorand at a starting price of reserve price. Participants may return the algos back to the foundation 1 year post-purchase for up to 90% of its value paid. Algorand raises 60 million in token sale. Algo's token on CoinList using a Dutch auction mechanism that ensures market participants set a uniform price for Algo. All 25 million tokens were sold at the derived price of $2.40. Algorand is where macroeconomics meets cryptocurrency, writes Nanos Mandla from XRP Capital. So is it an ICO or what? So the genesis of the Algorand blockchain states that 10 billion algo was minted. So pre-mine, boom, done. You're gonna get wiped off the map when regulators come and knocking. Take a look at their source code, see if they've been updating anything. So we know we got a pre-mine, so. Take a look at the GitHub. I assume it would be active 10 hours ago. Yes, sir. Algo's the real deal, but you got a pre-mine. I ain't gonna touch it. It's gonna be proof of stake. It's gonna be Solidity. Formal verification, nope. Proof of stake, yes. Centralized, yes, sir. Unregistered security, inevitable. At least I think so. All right, let's finish this up for you guys. And I'll zoom out on here so you can snag some screenshots of this if you guys want it. All right, let's zoom out here. All right, I'll give you guys a few seconds to screenshot that one. Oh shoot, sorry guys. No, Diamond Hands. I'm supposed to believe that only BTC and KDA will run next bull run? Hell no. It's crypto, bro. We're talking about giving yourself the highest probability of being successful and investing in successful assets. I mean, some of these things are just a no-brainer, man. You want to buy a bunch of shit coins that are going to get wiped off the map from a regulator? Or do you want to invest in something that actually has a chance of not being a registered security? I mean, you can buy whatever you want, homie. I ain't telling what you to buy. I'm just giving you guys my opinion on these projects. So hopefully you guys screenshot that. That was the bottom one there was Upfire. I wouldn't touch Algo. Phantom or Algo or Solana. Solana's a dumpster fire. Phantom's a dag. And Algo just is Algo. There's not big gains left in it. You're not going to make life-changing gains on those. That's for damn sure. Unless they just get shielded by a bunch of moon boys. But if you guys haven't been in the industry long, if you guys haven't noticed, when you go in from one bull run into the next bull run, the coins that can't perform turn into the IOTAs, the OMGs, and the XRPs. It's just that simple. Because next bull run, there's going to be 20,000 or 50,000 new coins. There's going to be whole new ecosystems, and everything that you guys think you know about blockchain is changing, guys. It's just that simple. Everything that was possible to be done in Solidity and Rust, people built it. Like legit, any really revolutionary tech that was possible was built out. The smartest minds in the world worked on all these blockchains. So the coolest things that you could build with them have been built. Now you got blockchains that have taken shit to such a next level. What you're going to see people build is going to make these things look like child play. And you're going to do it in a safe, secure way. Where were we at there? We did Upfire, so that would give you guys down to Constellation DAG. No, I mean, yeah, 2K franchise. I bought into like General Electric, DTE, Bank of America. Gosh, what else? Oh, I was invested in Alcoa, a huge aluminum company that made all the aluminum for like the Ford trucks and all the automotive. Alcoa is huge. They got bought out. I think they got bought out. Man, I was into this. I don't know what you want to call them. There's some type of like crystals that are only grown in like really, really hot places in like volcanoes or under mountains, and like they're really hard to find. You can't man make them. Well, some factory was making some type of glass or something in Mexico, and they figured out how to. They found these crystals were growing in the back of their furnaces, and they realized that it was like unbreakable glass, and they were supposed to. There's the iPhone like 7 or iPhone 6 was supposed to come out with this new, tamper-proof glass. It was supposed to be badass, and I bought into a bunch of that and got rocked. Damn, where was I on that one? Flare. This next one will be my 4th one, Diamond Hands. A lot. But they were like, you know, the 2013, 2014 wasn't really, I mean, what do we have? Like 4 coins? And that shit ended in like what? Well, it kind of got like a little double ripper in there in 2013, but I wasn't even really big into crypto back then. I had a couple Bitcoin with a buddy and lost it all on Mt. Gox. So then I lost interest till 2015 and then got back in 2015. Thought we were going to have a little one in 2016 when ETH started ripping, but then it got hacked and then they had to roll back the chain. That was a huge dumpster fire. And then 2017 was a blast, man. That was a fun one. And then this one, that's how, like, I just made it my mission this time. I was like, I'm going to be the first one shouting from the top of my lungs, bull runs over, bull runs over. Like, that's the first thing that we did on my channel, day one. And we were one of the very first channels to be here like, hey guys, you guys need to take profits. If you don't, you're going to get rocked. It's just that simple. I'm done calling coins, Israel. I'll call some more tomorrow for you guys. We just did 20 of them. I'm burnt out. Great stories for sure. My first purchase was Doge 4 years ago. I learned from my mistakes. Yo, Doge was a killer, man. I had some Doge in 2015 that if Poloniex didn't sell all my crypto, man, I would have been filthy rich this bull run. I mean, filthy rich. If what's it called? Cryptopia didn't get shut down by their government and I lost all my crypto on Cryptopia, I would have been filthy rich this bull run. Like, ungodly rich. But, you know, you live, you learn, right? There's the bottom of the list, gentlemen. Matta saved my bacon on Luna. Thanks, Derek. That was a close one, man. We got out of that one right in the... There was just no upside left to it, you know? It just didn't make sense to keep holding Luna with regulators breathing down their neck. I mean, it was a... like as it was pumping up, I just kept thinking to myself, like, dude, this thing's $100 freaking right now. $100. And if I would have got that bug up my butt a little bit sooner, I would have offloaded both of those kitties for 50 freaking Luna and had another 100 Luna, which would have been another 10 G's. Didn't do it. Yeah, Neodag, this will be available when it's finished. I'm launching them as videos at the next night, so I just wanted to finish this one. Let me record this outro. I'll be right back. All right, crypto fam, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Again, these are just my opinions. Nothing here is factual based. I just do a little bit of research on the projects and give you guys my best opinion on them. The idea here is that we're going to end up at the end of this going through probably 1,000 different crypto projects, and maybe we'll end up with a list of maybe 5 or maybe 10 to 15 coins that I actually think have a probability of making substantial runs next bull run. But we got a lot to go through. Regulations. If you guys didn't see all the news this last year where Uniswap was being forced to delist tokens from their quote-unquote decentralized exchange, if you're a decentralized exchange, no government tells you what to do. You don't delist things, and you don't do it without a community vote. So what we learned from Uniswap is that Uniswap owns the user interface. So if you want to access your coins, you want to use their DEX, the DEX itself is quote-unquote decentralized by governance voting control, but their user interface is owned by their foundation. So if they want to cut you off from swapping coins, all they have to do is change the user interface. Now you can still go in the back door and swap those, use their DEX, but you know, you got to learn how to code and learn how to get into the back end of a DEX. And to think that like the average retail investor is going to want to go through all that work to trade an asset because this unregistered security is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I highly doubt it. But you could get lucky, and other countries could basically give the middle finger to what the US does and not follow suit, but most likely when the US sets the tone for regulation, you probably will see every other country pretty much adopt what the United States does, or do what the United States does, but worse. And then you'll have the places like Singapore and the places like Bahamas that are probably just like, we don't care, right? If you want to bring innovation to our country and you want to create jobs and help our country thrive, we'll welcome with open arms. But there's just not enough liquidity in those countries for really big players. And why would I personally want to go chase down some Shat coin to the Bahamas or Singapore when I can invest in good projects like Cadena, Bitcoin, Flux? Who else we got on this list? So far we got Bitcoin, ErgoScript, Flux, Cadena, Helium, and Near Protocol. Now, Near Protocol is definitely proof of stake, so that's not really my style, but it's super shillable. It's hot. The tech is shillable. And what we don't know about a proof of stake blockchain is they all claim to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Infinite scalability, solve the blockchain dilemma, 20 quadrillion TPS, tons of nodes all over the place. But at the end of the day, until you actually get into the actual code and ask the developers and see what the developers tell you, like how many team tokens are there, check out their rich list, who's earning all of those rewards. And then just like we've seen on Solend, at any time in a proof of stake blockchain, the biggest players have enough bags to basically force any vote they want. So inherently, when you're using a proof of stake blockchain, you're making the people, the rich VCs that have the biggest bags, the busier that network gets, the more rewards they make. Now, it's not standard on every blockchain. Cardano's done a really good job at saying, okay, hey, if your pool gets this size, we're going to basically make it so you earn less rewards. So people are more incentivized to start a second pool or a third pool or a fourth pool. And you can do that. You could start, instead of being one big VC and having one ginormous pool, you could have 10 pools and you could control the voting power from 10 pools and leverage that again. So it's kind of like that feedback loop where you don't have skin in the game, right? You're not buying mining hardware. You're not paying for electricity. So you have no skin in the game. The amount of coins that you own dictates your voting power in the network. For example, Cardano's market cap is what right now? Be a little bit harder on Cardano, but use anything else. Solana's, right? Or let's say we'll take a look at one of these blockchains. So Polygon, perfect example, $7 billion market cap. I mean, we just seen Elon whip out 44 billion or 50 billion or whatever he was going to pay to buy Twitter, right? If Polygon, say, hit strides and created this new revolutionary technology that was going to blow your mind and melt faces, Papa E could go and drop $3 billion and buy himself rights to the Polygon network. He could take over the code. He could take over, change everything. He could print himself another billion coins of Matic if he wanted. And there's nothing you can do about it because the amount of coins that you own dictates what happens with that network. And that's why I'm so anti-proof of stake, because it's always this shillium hopium gain. And everybody else makes life-changing gains. Like these layer ones, the tech that's really real, like Cadena is going to make those life-changing gains because it's just the most advanced tech 100,000 times over. So I've done my research. I've looked into thousands and thousands of blockchains. It just doesn't make sense for me to buy into anything outside of my 3 or 4 assets. And Warren Buffett says it the best, Diversification is protection against ignorance, because moon boys choose to not educate themselves and actually understand the blockchain and understand the coding language and understand how smart contracts are wrote and understand what it actually takes to build a blockchain at scale that can support not millions, billions of transactions a day. I mean, billions. If you're talking about real world global adoption, 65,000 TPS will not cut it. I mean, Visa's doing 35 right now, and just think half the world still uses fiat. So as over the next 5 to 10 years, there probably will not be any paper currency. Everything will be plastic, which means everything's going to be a transaction. And just to do tweets per second, we've watched interviews with Sam Bankman-Fried, where he basically said any blockchain in the industry, any one of the big layer ones, if they just tried to onboard FTX's TPS, meaning how many transactions per second FTX blockchain does, Sam Bankman-Fried said it would blow out any blockchain, right? Any one of these proof of stake blockchains. It would not blow out Cadena. Cadena can settle the entire New York Stock Exchange at the end of the day, today, right now, with 20 chains. And Cadena can go 50, 100, 1,000, 2,000. And they've tested it out in the lab for up to 480,000 TPS, which I think is, what is it? Is that 100,000 chains? Yo, go Parabolic. What up, homie? So that's where we're headed, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. Again, my name is Ryan Meta. Catch you guys in the next one. All right, I'm back.